remember correctly.
All right.
Oh, there we go. Fantastic.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So I apologize for my camera not working.
Yeah. Technology, got to roll with the punches.
I know. All right. So do you mind if we start with yours? Because I just watched it and.
Not at all. I just watched yours as well.
Oh, perfect. So it's all fresh in the noggin then.
I have some notes.
Oh, me too.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Although
great. Yeah, that's what I did at my son's baseball practice. Is I watched a video.
Right on. How old's your son?
I have 3. My oldest I was just with is 11.
Okay.
And then I have a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. I run the gamut.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay, so I'm glad you at least were able to fit it in. It sounds like you were super busy, so.
Yeah. I bribed my friends with breakfast to come over.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Mine, I got lucky. I was actually subbing in a class that day. So.
Right on.
I just was like, hey, do you mind if I record your children?
Really, for yours, really quick. What grade was it? Was it first grade?
First grade.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, first grade.
Okay. All right, so back to mine. Yeah,
so for yours, you did a great job with what you had. That was probably super difficult. And I wrote down, like, I appreciated their attempt at, like, opportunities to give you chances to use classroom management. I liked the whole I'm like, they were really trying to give you opportunities to, like, show everything, you know?
Yeah, they're like college professors, so
hey.
Yeah.
It works. But I at least, because you were able to see your classroom management and, like, kind of how you were, and one of the things I really liked is when you started your group work, you gave them the reminder to be encouraging with each other and things like that, which I really liked, because in group work, especially, like, what's your target grade? What grade do you want to teach?
I am applying tomorrow. The position was just flown for 6th grade.
Oh, perfect. So, like, that would be the perfect age to do something like that, because at that age, things can get squirrely.
I've done 6th, 7th, and 8th grade for the last 6 years as an
perfect.
As an instructional assistant.
So. That's why you're so good at the direct classroom management, whereas, like, little kids, you have to be more.
It's like herding cats. I noticed, like, for you is like herding cats.
Yeah, it was that was a.
I actually wrote that down as a note. Herding cats.
Yes, herding cats. It was, and with mine, it was the last week of school. I was a sub. They were having their class party right after that lesson. And it was a minimum day. So I'm like, they want real world teaching. Here it is. Like, this is it. So, yeah, I really liked that you gave them the encouragement, because at that age, I mean, it goes back to, the needs of the students and reminding them. So I really liked that. I liked all the different opportunities you built in for participation to keep them engaged in the lesson. So, the very beginning was a fun way to start that lesson, with trying to guess the word and, like, what do you think it would be? Just giving them the beginning, the middle, and the end. That was really fun and encouraging. Let's see. I really liked the group work where you did the sticky note and you uncovered it. And it was kind of funny. They were going, like, off on these big, huge words, and they're like, oh, scissors. I was like, oh. But it's funny because I didn't even think of scissors. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's I wanted to kind of trick them. I looked up difficult words to pronounce for adults.
Oh, there you go.
And since, like, we all have, like, our masters, I'm actually my last one. Oh, Ryan, he's getting his masters too. But
okay,
I picked, like, really big words that were, like, I cut it out as on the other side. Of the paper, but it was like anthropomorphism and post.
Oh gosh,
stuff like that. So it was, like, really funny.
Yeah, no, it was funny because I was like, oh, scissors. I didn't even think of, like, non-science words that were, because your brain immediately goes there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's kind of good too. I mean, even for kids, because, I mean, they're not obviously going to know those big, long words, but they're going to know a specific set of words that might not be what they think it will be. So,
right.
I thought it was a great activity to do in the lesson. It's not something I would have thought of, but, the next thing I wrote was just they made a good attempt at like giving you obstacles so you could showcase your different teaching strategies and
oh, that wasn't them attempting.
Oh no. Sometimes teachers are the worst students,
We are like
sometimes
when I'm sitting in meetings, I'm making jokes, snide jokes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, we're the worst students by far.
Yeah, but no, it was good because like I said, it did give you that opportunity. Like even I caught the whole like be nice. There I was like, oh, see?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. I was like, this will be a great like upper grade teacher because I have the last image. No. Sorry, my son's asking for more DoorDash and I'm like, no, we already got I don't know. Okay, go. I'm busy. I'll talk to you after I'm done. Sorry. Things get very serious when we talk about food around here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought, they gave you it was a good video as far as like, because when you first said, oh, it's my friends and it's college professors, I'm like, oh, well, they're just going to sit there and they're going to be quiet. So it might not give him the full opportunity, but I'm like, oh, wow, they really gave him the full opportunity to make this a lesson. So I liked that. And I just thought your lesson, it was fun and engaging. I think in a real classroom, the pacing it might not move as quickly as.
Correct.
But that's not.
In a perfect world, I'd have like an eyesight camera and I'd actually would read a passage for about 10 minutes and I'd have certain words covered with the sticky note. And then I would demonstrate and have them say like, okay, what did I do? Did it work? And like that, dealing with 30-year-olds, that's a little.
They're set in their ways.
Yeah, exactly. They already know how to read and they can already do the guess and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and their brain is, they have more to work with there than probably sixth graders. But yeah, I did find that when I kind of started my reflection in the part 3 and I'm like, well, obviously I wouldn't do this lesson the week before school was out.
God, I know. Yeah.
I'm like, these weren't ideal circumstances. Like, and in fact, I had to cut out a good 10 minutes in my video because like I have 2 kids fighting. I had one girl crying in the corner and I had another girl. It was a mess. I was like, oh man.
The drum roll just kept going on forever.
I know. And I literally, like, we had a discussion. I subbed for this class quite a bit. I've subbed for them probably 7 or 8 times. And they're used to me like recording them because I've had to record them for other classes. And I was like, okay, remember, we don't go in front of the camera. And surely enough, in the last 5 minutes of my video, kids like full face in the camera doing Fortnite dances. And I'm like,
yeah, I thought it was really good how you're able to like block.
I tried to blur faces. I ended up just blurring the whole chunk of the middle video.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to get around this.
Yeah, that seemed to work.
So I did blur it as much as I could, but it's not going anywhere. I don't think anybody's going to be searching for mediocre teaching videos on YouTube anytime soon.
No.
But yeah, that's all I had for you. I liked, and again, in a perfect world, like we would have done like an informal assessment or something like that. So
yeah, exactly.
Hard to assess something in that situation.
Yeah, it's hard to assess, 30-year-olds or older.
Exactly. But yeah, that would have been the only thing. I just would have added in some kind of informal assessment. But you could really do it while they're working.
I would ideally have like a clipboard with their names, check marks and stuff like that, plus, minus, check, or whatever, things like that. Or I'd have an exit ticket.
Oh yeah.
Or like, it works better in like middle school settings since they're moving around like every class.
Yes.
But maybe for like recess, an exit ticket, like, okay, what's one strategy we learned today? Or like,
I do that when I sub in 5th grades. They always had exit tickets and those worked really well. But I'm not sure what motivates middle schoolers. I'm not brave enough to try that. So
they're just snarkier. They always think they can say mean things to me, and I look at them and I go, "You're 11. I don't care what you think. I'm not
exactly. You're not hurting my feelings, kid."
Yeah, I'm like I don't care what you think. I get it. I'm involved, whatever.
I get that. I get that for my oldest son a lot. He's like, "Oh gosh, you're the worst mom ever," and I'm like, "Cool."
Yeah, like, I don't care.
Like, awesome.
I'm not in a mom competition.
I know. Oh,
okay.
So that's all I had for you. If we want to move on to mine, I'll take some notes on your feedback.
I didn't know what grade it was, so now I know it's first grade. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I liked how you pointed out positive behaviors, but I would do that more.
Okay, so more positive reinforcement.
More positive reinforcement, and not point out the negative behaviors as much. Just thank you for being quiet. Thank you for being quiet.
Yeah.
Good job being quiet, because the kids they want that attention.
Yeah.
Positive attention.
Yes, I know. Calm down.
You have like somebody helping you. That's so nice.
My wife, and she's waiting to get back to watching her show on Netflix, as you can see.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll hurry. We'll be quick.
Yes. It was in your presentation when you were reading. I felt that your head was turned too much.
Yes.
Looking at the board.
So I knew that, like, that was one of those things, like, when I was doing it, I was like, oh, the camera probably is not picking up.
Yeah, so because I'm classically trained in theater.
Yes.
So it's a method called cheating, where you have it like the board, instead of it being flat, you have it tilted.
Oh, okay.
And it's tilted so they can see it, and it's like lined up kind of with like the students.
Yeah.
And you just look over, and your mouth is still pointing out towards the audience.
Okay.
So your eyes can look over and you can read.
Yeah.
That was my note. And I didn't notice it at first. I could hear it just fine.
Oh, okay.
But watching the video, as you start talking, the kids start scooting up closer and closer and closer.
Oh, okay, interesting.
And that's how I noticed. I thought that maybe since your head was turned too much, they couldn't hear.
They couldn't hear. Okay.
Especially with ELL students or hard of hearing. If you have your hand covering your mouth or your face, they lose a lot of that, especially since if they learned how to lip read. Yeah,
that particular class, luckily the ELL student is placed right in the front middle, just
perfect
specifically for that reason. So I know we got him, but
I really liked your bum da da bum bum to get their attention. I think that's a really, really clever way.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. There's another one I heard recently when I was
Yeah, there's a few out there.
Mm-hmm. That one, I'm stealing that. That's really good. I like the music. I think you did well, considering it was all the things that you said in there, like getting excited about a party. I'm surprised you had even as half as much participation.
I was actually kind of impressed with how well they held it together, especially because my one concern was the group work. And I was like, I feel like during the group work, they're just going to go off task and talk about ice cream instead of talking about what they need to be talking about. So the majority did participate, not as in depth as I would have liked. Like, I think if I would have done this last month in the class, it would have been way more focused just based on the time of the year.
Yeah. I did like how you handled the groups where they raised their hand and you'd walk over and they're like, I need help.
Yeah.
And ask, or you tell them, did you work with your partner first? Did you ask your partner first? And I think that really encourages a more, positive learning. And also it gives you a way to informally assess if they're actually doing what you want them to.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And then, of course, some of the students, they asked help, and you knew which ones that you're like, okay, these are the students I do need to help with.
Yeah.
Even if they are working with their partner. Let's see. I mentioned prosody. I think your prosody was good when you were talking and reading the example.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty good. Let's see what else. I really wish I could have seen more of the classroom to see the students underlining and working together. But I get it because of the whole space and block them out and whatnot. It makes it kind of difficult without getting IFB, whatever clearance of filming filming
Well,
soon.
and she told me, she's like, I can get everybody to sign something, and I'm just like, it's the end of the year. I don't want to.
Yeah, that's a hassle.
I wouldn't even get it back. Like half of them probably wouldn't have turned it in.
Mm-hmm. I can't mention. Did you mention your goals or what you set out
to the class specifically?
Mm-hmm.
No, I did not.
Okay, I would.
Partly just because I didn't think they would get it at that point. Like,
fair enough.
You know, like I thought it's going to be too convoluted. The words were going to be too much. So that's why I started with the more of the reminder of like, okay, who can tell me what main idea is and who can tell me what these things are? And I don't know if you noticed, but in the video, I'm like, who can tell me do you guys remember what main idea is? And they were like, no. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I thought the whole video was going to go off the rails right there, but.
And then one kid, like, he's like talking about Fortnite, I hear.
Yes. I'm like, okay, yeah. No, but they were able, I just had to word it differently. I had to remember, okay, they might, their teacher might not have said main idea. She might have said meaning. And when I said meaning, that's when they were like, oh yeah, that's that. So.
Gotcha. Yeah. And like, the class a lot better than I do. I'm so used to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade where we say, all right, this is the lesson we're learning today. This is the word we're learning today. And it's on the board and everything.
Yeah.
But it's probably a little different for younger kids.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think, that was pretty much it. It was just like mentioning the goals and stuff in the middle, and then everything else that I mentioned.
Okay.
How did you gather assessment data? It was totally informal, obviously. It's the last day.
Yeah, I kind of watched in their work groups, but then that second part where they underline in their workbook and then they wrote down the main idea of the story, and then they drew a picture of what the main idea was. Like for my assignment, I turned in a picture of the workbooks. So I kind of browsed everybody's and I took pictures of like the higher end of the class, the middle end, and the lower end. And like, the higher end of the class was able to completely write in a complete sentence. The main idea was not being on technology as much. The middle group kind of just copied exactly what was in the text. And they said, you should unplug. And then the lower end just kind of had words jumbled together.
Surprised you got any complete sentences.
Yeah. And what was funny? It was kind of interesting in the data was that the kids on the lower end, they couldn't write their thoughts, but their pictures, when they drew a picture of them unplugging, I was like, what's this picture of? They're like, oh, well, it's me, doing push-ups instead of in video games. I'm like, oh, okay, so they get it in their head. Maybe they just don't have the words to put it in writing or, something like that. So,
okay.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. The data was kind of all over the place. But again, I don't know if that's because of the end of the year or because her class just was lower in comprehension.
Sure. Or they're just focused on ice cream and Fortnite dances.
Exactly. I think during that day, I actually even did a Fortnite dance myself. Just for them to like calm down.
Yeah. Okay. I'm reading over these questions right now for the assignment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we got it.
Oh, these are all like personal. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got it pretty much covered. I think we both got good feedback. So you probably got really good feedback from your college professor friends.
Well, it's college English and college writing, and we have different fields of study. So
okay.
Education is one, and then linguistics is another, and
oh gosh, yeah.
Literature is mine, and English compositions my other friends. Yeah,
I was an English literature major, and that was my goal. Actually, was to teach college English, and so I actually have my whole English CSET and everything done.
Oh, really?
I just don't have the balls to finish that out.
I didn't want to do college, so I'm like, no PhD for me. I'll just
that's the point I'm at now. I'm like, this master's was enough.
Exactly.
All right. Well, if you don't have anything else, I think we're good. And then what I'll do is I'll download this because she wants us both to submit it. I'll download it and then email you the attachment.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, go enjoy your movie.
I will. I'm going to meet my friend and going to get some dinner.
Awesome. I'm just going to go out to another baseball game. So we're good.
All right. All right.
All right. Thank you so much for your great feedback. I appreciate it.
Thank you too. All right.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.